Hello, my name is Marvin Sparker, and I want to ask you, do you think that football is too dangerous for children to play? Well, I am the proud parent of a football player. My son has played since the age of 6 years old. I played organized football as a child, and I have no signs of long term brain damage. I have researched articles and other documentations to prove this theory. First, I'll share with you some new ways that organized youth football has changed to combat the chances of concussions in our youth. Coaches and athletes are now more educated on the effect of concussions and how to prevent them. Heads Up Football includes programs specially tailored for youth football organizations and scholastic football programs, so you can make sure your coaches have the right tools for the level of players they coach. Coaches are taught how to recognize the signs of concussions and how to protect the players if they do receive them. Proper techniques in shoulder tackling, blocking, are taught to coaches and youth to prevent the use of the head while engaged in football. Coaches and players are now more aware of concussions, and especially players are not pushed to keep playing like in the past. The mentality of football has changed, and the players are more protected by the awareness of these injuries. Next, I'll show you how the game of football has adapted to the effects of concussions by changing the rules. Numerous penalties have been implemented to the game for the protection of the players. You're not allowed to use your head or helmet as a weapon when tackling. The quarterback is more protected these days by not allowing any contact to the head during play. Other violations such as targeting, unnecessary roughness, and unsportsmanlike conduct are now used by football to detract players from injuring others on the field. If a player consistently breaks these rules, they are removed from the game to protect the other players on the field of play. Additionally, there are risks of all youth sports for concussions. Don't read too far into the statistics about concussions. Even though more concussions are being reported, that's a good thing in the sense that players and coaches are starting to recognize them more than before. By recognizing and diagnosing the concussions, players are urged now to let their bodies heal before suiting up and playing another down. Children can get concussions from all sports like hockey, soccer, and wrestling. Kids can also get a concussion from falling off a bike or falling out of a tree when climbing. The fact is that sports are relatively dangerous in their own prospective ways. Just because something is dangerous doesn't mean we have to stop doing it. Kids can get hurt doing anything, but if we minimize the risks and educate them, they can do it a lot safer. My child plays a sport because he loves it. I felt if it was too dangerous, then I wouldn't let him play. I've not forced him to play football, but I do encourage him to do his best in a safe manner. In conclusion, I have shared some facts and my thoughts about the game of football for our youth. I've discussed how the game has changed for the better as far as educating and teaching coaches and players a safer way to play the game. I showed how football is making changes to the rules to protect our players and discourage bad behavior on the field. Lastly, I discussed that there are risks in all sports and all things that kids do nowadays. Like I said before, I'm a proud parent of a football player. My son loves the game of football on and off the field. As long as he continues to play the game like it's meant to be played, I feel he'll be safe. I would rather be playing football with all of his protective equipment on than in the backyard with just a group of kids. Thank you for your time.